Those vegan guys. I thank you.
Hello there, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
And together we are Those Vegan Guys. But this is not to do with veganism at all, as you can probably tell by us both wearing our merch.
It's a special day.
It's a very special day. This is our review of and reaction to Bill and Ted 3.
Face the music.
Let's just give you a bit of background first.
Context.
About why we're reviewing this film particularly. So we've both been great lovers of the movies Bill and Ted, The Excellent Adventure and The Bogus Journey, films 1 and 2, for many years. We've absolutely loved them.
Adored them.
Loved the cast, loved the stories, loved the music, particularly the song at the end of Bogus Journey.
Yes.
Which was just, you know...
The Steve Vai Kiss collaboration.
Yeah. And I always thought that be excellent to each other was a beautiful thing to say, and it is. It's what a beautiful thing to say, be excellent to each other, which is why, of course, at the end of all of our videos, I say a version of that, but slightly twisted, because I used to be a health trainer. I was always taught to help people put themselves first. It's crucial. You can't give your best to others unless you give your best to yourself. So be excellent to yourself and each other. So we've got a really kind of close link with the films, and we were so desperate to see number 3, and we were given an opportunity to. Now, don't be asking us how. It doesn't matter. Just know that we have seen it, and we will still be going to the pictures to see it when it officially releases here in the UK to support the movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's as everything Paul said. It's a series of films that are very close to our hearts. We love them. We love the message. And this film is, you know, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter have kind of said themselves, if it wasn't for the fans, this film probably would have never got made. This film's 30 years in the making, nearly 30 years in the making. So yeah, let's
wait a minute though before we talk about the movie.
Go on.
We have another quite special link with this movie, particularly with this movie, and I shall pass over to my lovely husband, Mr. Jason Bromley, to tell you what he did recently.
So yeah, this is extra special because not only were we ultra excited to see Bill and Ted 3, but also the marketing around the film, they wanted to try and set a world record with Guinness World Records for the most people playing air guitar online at the same time, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, I got the opportunity to take part in that, which is just phenomenal, and makes it just an extra little bit more special than it already was. So yeah, we will insert clip very briefly here.
We will link the video to the official announcement on the Orion Pictures channel from Guinness to announce that they had in fact succeeded. I'll link that up there.
Amazing.
So yeah, Jason is a record breaker. which is amazing. So the movie. Spoilers from here.
Yeah, spoilers from here. Let's make it clear. If you want to skip ahead,
we'll put the time here, go to there, and there won't be any story spoilers, because we are going to talk about the story. We have to.
Mini spoilers.
Yeah. It's important to. So Bill and Ted are, of course, middle-aged men now, and they are summoned back to the future.
They are.
Because there has been a catastrophe and time is imploding, and giant features of the world are disappearing and appearing in other places, as are people. It's all going crazy, and it's all because the one song that will unite the world hasn't been created yet.
It's a great concept. Okay, so we're kind of picking up where the last film left off. They've done an amazing job with it. So as Paul said, the whole universe is unravelling because this song hasn't been written yet. So Bill and Ted go on a bit of a journey to try and essentially catch up with themselves in the future and steal the song back. Steal the song from themselves.
And here's where the film gets really deep, because it kind of touches on the concept of being faced with future versions of yourself that could come into being if you allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So it's pretty deep, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And Bill and Ted meet several of themselves.
Several incarnations.
And we won't go into too much detail there, not too many spoilers, because you need to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Because it is amazing. Their interactions with themselves. Mm-hmm. And of course, while all this is happening, unfortunately, their marriages are on the brink.
Special shout out to the marriage counsellor. She was hilarious.
She was great.
It's worth mentioning that, as Paul said, there's some really deep, touching, meaningful messages in this film. It's a film for right now in 2020.
Yeah,
we need it.
It really is.
But the humour throughout the film is absolutely brilliant. There's nods, there's nostalgia, there's deep and meaningful things. There's hidden gems in there that if you're obviously, serious fans of Bill and Ted, that you'll kind of pick up on without giving too much away. We should give special mention to a particular character as well.
Well, wait a minute first. Wait a minute first. It's, the film centres just as much on Bill and Ted's daughters,
yes,
as it does Bill and Ted.
Bridget and Samara, Wilhelmina and Theodora.
That's it. And the actresses are brilliant. They are so good.
So good.
They are so reminiscent of earlier Bill and Ted,
but not OTT.
No, and they have become, important note, musical experts. They know a lot about the history of music.
Heck of a lot.
About the history of music.
Like we said, mini spoilers. We don't want to give too much away.
No.
The daughters are amazing. The journey that lots of characters take in the film is absolutely outstanding. Special mention as well, because we've got to mention him, Death.
Oh, it was lovely to see Death again.
Just phenomenal.
And that whole kind of spin-off story, like, you left the band and started a solo career, man.
Yeah. Well, it alludes to that in the at the end of Bill and Ted 2, at the end of Bogus Journey. If you're watching the credits and you're seeing the magazine front covers and the newspaper articles, it sort of alludes to that, which is just a nice little touch as well.
But as Jason was about to mention, there is a character who kind of steals the show.
Yeah. The actor is Anthony Carrigan, and the character is Dennis.
Is his full character name listed?
Pretty major spoiler.
It was a 3-barrel name.
It was. What was it? We should know this.
We can't memorise every detail, Jason.
Well, no.
Anyway, he plays a killer robot called Dennis, very menacing. And you don't realise he's called Dennis at first, he's just a killer robot. Until he declares his name. Then he kind of changes a bit. But he is such a good character. And of course, we have to mention, it really, really touched us both. When Bill and Ted first go to the future, to be confronted with what they have to do to save infinite time and space, there is a beautiful gesture.
Yeah. Sorry, I wondered where you was going with that. Then. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to mention too much about that, to be honest, because that's a biggie.
Yeah, okay. There's a beautiful gesture and memorial.
That's fair to say. Yeah. It's worth also pointing out as well, which you kind of take for granted. A lot of us, it's a given these days, but it's worth pointing out. Visually, the film is stunning.
Yeah, it is. The effects are fantastic.
The special effects,
brilliant.
Sandimus in the future is phenomenal. They've kept on brand in terms of the future people, the people from the future, the costume, the set design, all of that stuff. Just on the technical
Star
side,
Trek-y.
a little bit, yeah, but just faithful in terms of the progression, and it sits now as an absolutely standout trilogy, I feel.
Oh, absolutely. What those people called in Star Trek, she was one.
Betazoid.
Yeah. So the Betazoid parents with their big.
Yeah, you're quite flamboyant.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Did we love it? Oh, so much. So much. And another little spoiler here, but I have to say this because for me, the theme of the movie, the underlying message, the real important factor is know when it's time to pass the torch.
I think it's a key message, isn't it?
A crucial message.
Yeah.
Just like, it's about celebrating youth and knowing that young people sometimes have the answers we can't find as older people.
Yeah.
Bit like Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
She's kind of taken the whole climate action by storm and really took her place there. And this film celebrates not Greta Thunberg, but that.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I would say, in a very succinct way, without ruining the film for anybody you might be watching, it's also a little bit about not necessarily knowing the song, but taking part anyway.
Absolutely. No matter who you are, or where you are, or in what way you're taking part, it's about uniting. It's about working together. It's about appreciating each other.
All of that.
And it's about celebration. And I suppose the ultimate core message of it is that music is food for the soul.
Absolutely.
For everybody, on every shore, with every colour of skin.
Yeah, we could obviously sit and talk about this for hours.
We could.
But we're not going to. Spoilers out of the way now. So if you've just skipped past the spoilers and you've arrived here, we're going to conclude in terms of, how the film impacted us in a little bit more detail without giving too much away.
Yeah.
Adored it. We both adored it.
Yeah.
You've got the nostalgia, but we were aware of that stepping in, so we kind of consciously took a step back from that, so we weren't kind of just enamoured by the nostalgia.
Yes.
It's a phenomenal film. The music is fabulous. The cast are amazing. It's just absolutely spot on.
It is, and it's a very fitting third wheel to this tricycle that is the Bill and Ted experience and story. And if you are a fan of the first two films, you will not be disappointed in the re-emergence of characters who have Can we just say there's a character in there who's been through everybody, it turns out.
It's just brilliant. I said to Paul after we'd watched the film, I genuinely, other than shedding a few tears, I had a smile on my face from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And it's worth pointing out, it's really worth pointing out that Alex Winter tweeted a few days ago, and I'm so glad that I saw it. All I will say is, when you get a chance to watch the film, make sure you watch the film all the way through to the end, past the credits. I'll say no more.
And there you go. So, as broken up as all that was, because what we don't want to do is give spoilers, which is why we had the spoilers section. We cannot recommend this film highly enough. If you're a fan of Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, this movie will put the lid on the box and tie it with a ribbon for you, absolutely beautifully. And we hope that you leave with that "be excellent to each other" rolling through your mind, because it's so important.
It is, without a doubt. And we didn't talk about this beforehand. I'm hoping that you're just going to go with this, but we would be remiss to not end with an air guitar wiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you do your proper ending. So we're going to do that now. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, go and watch it, guys. Support it, please do. Incredible cast. The 2 young ladies playing the daughters, love them.
In fact,
love them. Can't wait to see them in more things.
Down in the description, we'll also put a link to how you can watch the movie. Because I found a great link the other day that explains how you can watch the movie, because obviously difficult times at the moment, as we've mentioned.
Is it going to be digitally streaming?
It's digitally streaming and in selected cinemas.
Brilliant.
So yeah, we'll put a link down there so you've got options.
Thank you for our opportunity to watch this fabulous movie and review and share with you. You know who you are. Is that it?
I think that's it, yeah.
It left me feeling right lovely. It left me feeling like I love you.
Yeah, I love you.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time. Oh, it's making me emotional. It made me emotional before.
It's the power.
Please be excellent to yourselves and each other.